And welcome back. Our last guest is the president and CEO of Diveheart Incorporated, an organization focused on providing scuba diving training programs that are open to any child, adult, or veteran with a disability. Let's take a look at our conversation with Jim Elliot.
It's great to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to share this story with your viewers and listeners.
Yeah. First of all, tell us a little bit about the organization and how it got started.
Yeah, Diveheart is a nonprofit 501c3. We're international, but we're based in the Chicagoland area, western suburbs. I'm a media guy, so I was with the Tribune WGN, helped start up a TV station for the Tribune Company, and raised kids. And my oldest daughter was blind from birth. So in the 80s, I got involved in downhill skiing. So I guided and taught blind skiers, and I saw it turn people's lives around, and thought, wow, if skiing can do this. You can only ski at certain times of the year, certain places in the world. I know what diving can do, because as a young journalist, I took scuba diving in case I ever met someone like Jacques Cousteau, right?
Oh,
yeah. So it's just another arrow in my quiver. But I said, I left a successful career to become a volunteer and start this nonprofit to do in zero gravity in pools and bodies of water around the world. Building. Yeah.
That's great, Jim. We love what you, Jim Elliot, ladies and gentlemen. We applaud you. Thank you for your service and thank that for all that you're doing in our community. How did you get involved with vets?
Well, my father was a disabled Army vet. And so immediately when I started Diveheart, I wanted to start doing something with veterans. I've been a Lion, a Shriner, I'm a Rotarian, so I've been in service a long time. And we've done things here in the Chicagoland area for vets, getting them coats or doing other service projects. So we've been involved with vets a long time. And sometimes we'll do very specific things for vets. We've trained all over the country, Camp Pendleton, Fort Knox, Fort McCoy,
wow.
Great Lakes Naval Base. So we train active military to help wounded warriors, and we also train veterans with disabilities.
Oh, thank you for your service. Tremendous work. So now you're celebrating 20 years.
Yes. Yeah, it's our 20th anniversary. I never thought it'd be international, that's for sure. I thought it was going to be a little club thing, kind of like the skiing was. Yeah. But it just has taken off, and we do research with university medical centers all over the country. During COVID, it was crazy. We canceled 11 trips and 200 pool programs because one of our instructors got COVID and was on a ventilator for 12 days. And I said, well, I don't want to hurt any of our people. But out of nowhere, 5 occupational therapy doctoral candidates came to do their residencies with us. So we ended up getting all this research and these tools now that we use. Yeah.
So it has snowballed into this big thing within the 20 years, huh?
It really has. One of our biggest programs, believe it or not, is in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Wow. This guy he runs through walls there. He gets more press than I do, which is unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do people find out more about you? I mean, besides coming on to programs like this and we creating the awareness, how are you reaching out to people? Because there are a lot of people out there that probably need your help.
Absolutely. Way less than 1% of the population does scuba diving at all. And people with disabilities, I mean, diving is the last thing on their radar when, I have a spinal cord injury, let's go diving. They're just not thinking that way. Thank God for the internet, because people they're just doing searches and looking for adaptive scuba or scuba therapy. And we're the one that comes up like number one. That's how the doctoral candidates found us. They just did a quick search and we were top of the list.
Great. And you mentioned that during COVID, you had about 200 programs that you had to...
200 pool programs in the U.S. That's where the heavy lifting is really done. We do trips to really give people experience and hands-on confidence working with people with disabilities, because we could train instructors all over the world, and if you don't give them experience and make them feel confident, they're not going to do anything with it, because they're intimidated by working with people with disabilities if they've never met somebody.
And I'm sure Diveheart has changed a lot of lives over the years. You're getting people come back and want to participate or volunteer their services?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're volunteer driven. I'm a volunteer as well. I don't draw a salary. And I think that's an important leadership thing that I chose to do is to volunteer and not draw a salary. Some people start nonprofits just to pay themselves, and I just did not want to do that. But yeah, donors and volunteers and people come back to us. Some may drop out for a while because life gets in the way sometimes and they get busy, but we're always here for them. And I started teaching people with disabilities in '97 and incorporated Diveheart in 2001. And like I said, now we're all over the world.
And I heard that, yeah, all over the world. I heard that you had your first adaptive dive trip to Cozumel. Is it
It's COVID. Yeah. Yeah, we just got back Sunday, and it was we had 8 people with disabilities, 5 wheelchair users, 40 total divers. For every person with a disability, you need 2 to 3 people, highly trained people in the water to help them, to keep them safe. And knock on wood, we haven't had any problems since I've been doing this. And yeah, it was a wonderful trip. Unfortunately, a couple people came back and tested positive for some reason, with COVID. But we think it was probably went off the reservation. They left the resort and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, that's hard to contain. But I continue to pray that that we somehow get rid of it. But you're going to do a documentary based on some of the things that you're doing, right? Is that coming out soon?
Correct. We have a filmmaker from Los Angeles, David Marsh, who joined us with another cameraman. And so we had 3 boats and we had 2 training boats, and they were on both of those boats. And I've been blessed to have a lot of media coverage, but these guys really worked harder than any crew I had seen. They spent every moment that they could catching individuals' stories and testimonials and stuff. It's going to be out, I think, in January, he said.
That's great. Well, you make sure you contact our producers, Stephen, Jimmy, Yasmin, and let us know more. And you're welcome to come back on and be a part of what's happening and share that wonderful story. We would like to hear more.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Jimmy, where can we go for more information on what you're doing?
Well, our Facebook, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, Diveheart, diveheart.org. You could look for the Diveheart Foundation as well. We come up when you put that in. But our website is diveheart.org, and it's pretty easy. COVID gave us time to redo our website and our media kit. So if you look at our media kit, it's just wonderful. We've had several documentaries over the years. I've done 2 TED Talks, and it's with all the information, more information than you'd ever want to know. We've done 11 symposiums on adaptive scuba and scuba therapy.
Yeah, this is amazing. You've done a lot of research, and a lot of people are reaching out to you. Give us that website one more time.
Sure. It's diveheart.org. And it's funny, Facebook has been really good to us because Facebook doesn't charge fees. So if somebody were to make a donation on our Facebook page, we wouldn't have to pay credit card fees, which is even better than our own website.
Yeah, there you go. Jim, well, thank you so much. And we appreciate your service.
Thank you. We appreciate the opportunity to share our story.
Great job to Jim and all of our friends at Diveheart Incorporated. We want to thank you all our brave servicemen and women who are protecting our country both here at home and abroad. Thank you for risking your lives so that we can go on living our lives. God bless you and your families, and happy Veterans Day today and every day. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank our guests for joining in, our viewers for tuning in and checking it all out. You can keep following us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. We want to thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. We always appreciate you. And you can join our hosts, Kevin Arlene, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentine. That's for new episodes of Open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. So say you can and you will. I'll see you over 107.5 WVLS. I love you all. Peace.